Oh, this is gonna be such a good one. In each of her distinct compositions, Seattle electronic music producer Chong the Nomad unleashes storms of songs that embody both the delicate raindrops striking the single tree leaf and the looming clouds that burst and quench an entire forest. The musician, whose given name is Alza, is also one of the fastest rising Seattle just music stars and innovators, just doing so much for our music community and really blowing up, blowing up, blowing up. Here, she's going to teach you how to make beats with a program and a drum pack that you can download. Hey, see, I love all of this. Like, you know what? Let's do a thing. Let's like do an experiment. Let's make some beats. Let's just get out here and start doing all these things. So you can do this on your own computer. Get ready. Get yourself prepared, y'all. This is Chong the Nomad.
Hi, I'm Chong the Nomad, and I make music using Fruity Loop Studios. Yeah! Today, I'll be teaching you guys how I made this beat using only two things: 3x Oscillator and one folder of drum sounds, or a drum pack. Let's get into it. When I pull up 3x Oscillator, it's going to look like this. For my first sound, this weird pad thingy I made, I adjusted it to look like this. I put a chord into the piano roll, and it now sounds like this. I also added a slide note at the end of 2 bars, one going down and one going up. Sounds a little harsh, doesn't it? It's no problem. I'm gonna put the sound into my mixer track and add 3 things: Fruity Flingus, Fruity Flingus, Fruity Flingus, Fruity Flingus, Parametric EQ2, and Grist Beat. I wanted the pad to spread out in the mix a little bit, so I set the Flingus to the preset Stereoized. Now it sounds like this. It's still a little harsh sounding, so I used the EQ to shape the sound a little bit more. I just took off a lot of the low end and some of the harsher mid frequencies. Now it sounds like this. A lot better. I also added a thing called Gross Beat. I added the tremolo slow option right there and increased the tension. This gave the sound a lot more waviness, I guess. All of it together sounds like this. At the end there, I also added an automation clip controlling the panning so that it would go left, right, just adding more movement to the sound. So for my next couple of sounds, I won't be going too into detail with the effects, but I will give you guys some bullet points. For the next sound, pulled up the 3x Oscillator and chose the Sawtooth Wave. Quick side note, for each of these sounds, I'm only using one oscillator, the top level. I'm muting the other 2. I like to just focus on one each so that nothing gets too overcomplicated. So anyway, opened it up in my piano roll, and I did this. I originally wanted arpeggios, something to go like, but I experimented in the piano roll and came up with this. Similar, but a little bit more detail. Similarly to the last sound, I added gross beat and chose the quarter swing option. Just gave the sound a lot more syncopation. Settles nicely into the mix, just the way I like it. Sounds like this. Now we move on to the bass. For the bass, I chose the sine wave. It's gonna be that curly first option that you get. This one. I went into the piano roll and did this. Now I didn't do much to the sound from there. I just added some EQ and distortion. It's important to note with bass, I tend to just get rid of a lot of the highs and experiment from there on. See what settles in the mix the best. Now, for my last 3x oscillator sound, I chose the triangle wave. And again, we go into the piano roll, and what I did was write a very bouncy, very light progression with a slide note at the and of 4. It was a big word vomit, but it sounds like this. It's pretty plain, and I apologize, I won't go too into detail with the effects I added onto this one. It would take a 30-minute video, but at the end of the day, my intention with each sound is to make it more vibrant and interesting within the mix. Here's what it sounded like at the end of all that. On to my favorite part, drums. Usually I pick sounds from many different packs and arrange them to make something crazy, but for simplicity's sake, I'm only going to be using one drum pack today, which I've provided a link somewhere in the description around this video. Now with percussion, you can do anything you want. You can shoot for any vibe you want. Today, I'm gonna try to channel my Pharrell, Chad Hugo vibe, I guess. Quick note, when I open up my sequencer to do my drums, I always try to do a 16-bar loop. Fruity Loops automatically defaults to a 4-bar loop. I switch that in the top left corner to 16 bars. It just opens up a lot more doors to your arrangement. It encourages you to put more variety and complexity into your drum beat. That's what I do. Take your time, add little details, and experiment with panning, textures, your levels. Just go crazy. Go open up the piano roll and write like freaking 30-second note hi-hats and just put them all over the piano roll. No one's gonna care. This is your song, so just do whatever you want. Have fun. After like 15-20 minutes, I came up with this simple drum beat. An easy trick that I've learned to make a lot of space and pop to any sound was to trim the tail off of it. Here's a clap, and here's that same clap, but with the out knob turned all the way up. So I'm taking the tail off of the sound. It's a small difference, but it fits in the mix much better to my taste. You don't need to do it to every sound. Adjust accordingly. It's your song. Do whatever you want. I just like my sounds to be short and precise. All together, drums, melody, chords, weird pad thingy, arpeggios. It sounds like this. I think the most important thing to me as a producer is the freedom to experiment, but also know what you want and to be specific with how you modify and arrange your sounds. Producing is awesome. I can do anything I want. I love it so much. I'm Chong the Nomad. You could find me anywhere on the internet with that name. Thank you so much for watching, wherever you are. Hope you're healthy and safe. Much love to you all.